I think my definition of friendship changed a lot in Poland. One, like I said, Polish people are extremely honest, so it takes a lot more work to gain their trust and to gain their friendship. Also, over the years, when you start to develop those authentic relationships, you start to kind of like develop your emotional intelligence and self-awareness and start to realize what is actually authentically really your friend, who's really cares about you, and who is there for the ride, who's there for the success, who's there for the image, and who just really doesn't care about you. They just want things from you, or, you know. So those kind of things like open your mind up as you kind of like develop. And so I would say that that's the biggest change that I've noticed with me. And my biggest lesson is, in order to be a good friend, in order to have good friends, you have to be a good friend. So to those that have been consistent, those are the people I share my loyalty to. Those are the people I spend my time with. Those are the people I show up for. Everybody else, I don't have real estate in my mind or heart for anymore. Because you think about it, like in your time or life, it's currency. So your time, your emotional energy, everything is like, let's say $100. You can't give $100 to 1,000 people.
Yeah.
You know, and it's better to give like the core people $20, $50, $30, and really keep and maintain those true, authentic relationships. So that's what I really learned how to do. Before, I wanted to be loved by everyone, and now I don't care. Now I just care about having the right relationships and having friendships that are actually like family.
I see. So how many friends you would say are like your best friends currently? Because, you know, often people say you cannot count your best friends on one hand. Is that true?
I don't think that anybody should have a rule about like the number, because everybody's emotional capacity to love, communicate, everybody's $100 is a different kind of spread. Some people may have like $200, you know, depending on their style, depending on their time. So for me, I would say that like definitely on my best friend list, it's definitely under 10. Before it was like, you know, like 20, I was like, oh, best friend, best friend, best friend. No. Best friend, like I need to at least have like one argument with you to understand your conflict management.
True.
I need to understand you in the good times and the bad times. I need to understand you when you're in your bad times. I need to understand you when you're in your good times too. When you really understand people in all those cycles, and you're still able to maintain a genuine and fair and balanced friendship, where it's not about like value necessarily from each other, but it's more about, do you feel peace? Do you want to be? Do you care truly about that person? So that's kind of like my feeling about friendship here and how it evolved.
So did you recently like lose some friends or made some new friends?
Oh, of course.
Can you tell us about that? And
Yeah,
how that's made you feel and made you stronger, perhaps?
I think like as a New Yorker, you're used to, it's a very transient city. So you're used to like, when something doesn't like work, you're just like, okay, done, next one. I have 20 other friends for dinner or whatever like this. But Poland made me kind of develop that skill of really maintaining and keeping real friendships. And as soon as like they were not authentic or something rose, I like to fix. I like to like kind of like, okay, you know, but if it doesn't work, I'm not going to force it. You know, like it's not always up to you to fix everything. Sometimes if it just naturally breaks, it naturally breaks. And it's the flow of life. So I prefer to be like water. So if I need to flow, I can flow. If I need to be hard, I need to be hard. But I'm always transparent.
So I have this guy that he was like basically a brother to me. And one day he just showed up, he got into this relationship, and then he came to me and he said, look, we cannot be friends anymore. And I hoped that he would completely like be honest, you know, because I know, you know, this, but what broke my heart is the lies. Like to tell me, oh, we cannot be friends because of, and I'm not going to say what she said because it's completely ridiculous. You know, and my question is, why does it feel that people are not honest these days, especially friends?
I would say that's not a real friend. That is, I don't want to call it like a vampire or vulture, but there's a difference between colleagues that are there for value from you versus friends that actually care about you, respect you, and appreciate you. Those feel different, you know? So no relationship would be able to sweep that foundation. And they would be able to be honest with you. And if they're even scared to tell you the truth, they would give you time, or, you know, sometimes the truth can also destroy. Sometimes you do need to be silent in those moments, you know, to protect something. So, but to lie takes it to a different level. So that says that they don't respect you. That says that they don't value the friendship enough, or that they feel like whatever they're going to say is going to break the fantasy or whatever connection that you guys have between each other. And if that's what they esteem your relationships, then that says a lot. So for me, it just says that that's not a real friend, or that they didn't feel like it's a real friendship, or it's that it's so fragile that they don't want to test
and see
to test it, basically. So that's what I would say. It's not a real friend.
We talked about it briefly. It's like navigating the business world. You have to be, surrounded by, friends and family and people who support you.
So Oprah Winfrey once said, when someone shows you themselves, believe them. So whether it's an action, a betrayal, a lie, whatever that they do, it's a reflection of their character. So if they lie to you, see them for what that is. If they betray you, don't go analyze why or whatever. There's a reason why this is, and you cannot change them. You can't fix them. And it's up to you to say, do I accept this? And you accept the love you think you deserve. You accept the friendships that you think you deserve. You accept the treatment that you think you deserve. So it becomes up to you. So first, it's like when they show themselves, see it for what it is. Don't try to make an illusion no, that's my brother for 10 years. No, he lied to you. No, he cheated you. No, he betrayed you. And then the second part is, do you accept that? And if you don't, then what do you do about it? So what do I really want, and what is the next best move? So usually in my style of friendship, I like to fix things. I like to talk face to face, because in this, you can clear the air. You can really filter, reset, replug the relationship, and establish a new level of authenticity, of accountability, of honesty. And if you're able to have that, then you can build. But if you're not, and they are slippery, then it's not worth, wasting any more time. And so I just got really good at just okay. And as Ariana says, thank you. Nice. Thank you for showing me yourself. Okay. I'm not wasting my time.
Interesting. So where does forgiveness fit into this narrative?
For me, I feel like forgiveness is actually more for you than it is about them.
Where
they didn't care. If they cared, then it would matter for them. So for you, forgiveness is better for you because it will help heal you. It will end that chapter of pain, of focus, and of giving someone or something real estate in your head that doesn't deserve that space. Secondly, forgiveness is also about letting go. It's not always necessarily saying oh, let's get back and become best friends again. No, it's letting go of the pain. It's letting go of running over those thoughts in your head, and instead giving you that freedom to allow this new space to be filled with light or love or passion, something that's constructive for you. So I think forgiveness is an absolute necessity, but not more for them, more for you.
I speak for myself. At my age, most of the friends I know, they're married, they have kids. It's a nightmare to meet up with these people.
So if you understand that they have families and stuff, that means their lifestyle is completely different. And you're going to have to tango and just adjust yourself into this new reality. So, and care about the things that they care about. So if they have a new family, that means their kid is their biggest priority. So be that uncle, show up and be a part of their new chapter in life if you really are their friend and you want to grow with them. So I would say that's one of the biggest things. And being consistent. So having something regular. So even us, sometimes we have our business meetings, and how much I'm working, and you stepped up and you helped me out in my business. And this became quality time, but also productive time. And it's constructive. It's something we look back and will later on in life just smile upon, So being intentional, understanding the realities that your friends are in, and showing up in those spaces so that you guys can grow together. Because you evolve in life.
Love it.
Evolve together.